Hello and welcome to the first alpha release of the RPG Maker helper tool that we're putting out there. Today I'm just going to walk through downloading and getting it all set up and started. So in the description below you'll find a link to a zip file. Just go ahead and download that and move that to any folder you wish. Once it's there, you can just right click on it and extract it to a folder. So from that folder, you're going to look for a file called nebulastudio.exe. So go ahead and double click that and open it up. It'll bring you to a blank window. Now from here, you're going to go ahead and click on Tools, RPG Maker Project Editor. And that will go ahead and open up a window where you'll need to specify your RPG Maker project file. So I'm going to navigate to my example game and go ahead and now click on the game.rpg project and click open. It will populate this tree to let you know it's completed, and it'll have basically all of your items in here, enemies, classes. So the first thing I want to show you is the exporting of data from this project. So we'll go ahead and click on the sub tools menu. I know it's a little confusing because there's two menus, but we're going to fix some of this layout issues in later releases. Go ahead and click on Tools and click on Export Items. It'll ask you where do you want to save it, so we're just going to export it here, and I'll just name the file Exported Items and give it a number here. Hit OK. Once complete, it'll pop open a folder, and you will then be able to look at that folder and see the Excel spreadsheet in there. So we're going to go ahead and open that up so I can show you what that looks like. So in the Excel spreadsheet, you'll see the following fields that are available for you to import and export. You have the basic, basically everything except the traits and effects and some other list stuff that we haven't quite got to yet. So you'll see that there's a total of 6 items in here. And now if you go ahead and edit this file, let's say we want to change some stuff, and we're going to change the price here. We're going to normalize it. So we're going to go equals to 55. We'll do 66, 77, 88, 99, 100. Okay. So now if I go ahead and save this file, just going to go ahead and save it. And I come back into here, and I go into Tools, Import Items, and I select this file that we just saved. It'll let you know, okay, import's complete. Now you need to actually update your RPG Maker project. Now at this point, just make sure you don't have that project open in RPG Maker to avoid any conflicts or any of the text files open. And from here, you can click on File, Save Game Data. You can back up your files or update the game. Just check the check boxes. And I don't recommend you use this on a game that you've put a lot of work into, especially right now, since this is alpha. Things can happen. You can lose data. So please test this and use this on a project that you created specifically for this. Don't use it on your main game, as we're not responsible for lost game data. We can't help you recover it. So we do everything to try to prevent that, but this is alpha, beta software, whatever you want to consider it. That I can't stress that enough. I don't want people to start losing their game data. So once this is up though and you feel confident that it's just a test project, go ahead and click Update Game Files. And a little message box come up saying it's updated successfully. Now if I go ahead and open up that game project, you'll see that the items in the actual database have all been updated. So you'll see the prices now 55, 66, 77, 88. That's great. Now we can update items directly in Excel and save them to RPG Maker. So let's say we want to add some items too. Well, that's just as easy. Just open up that spreadsheet again. And let's just add a new item. I'm just going to copy this item down here. And I'll give it, this is a new item. I'm going to change the name to my new item. I'll leave everything else the same for just testing purposes. Give it a price of 200 just to see the difference, and a new note. You do want to leave the ID blank here. You don't want to put an ID and it'll automatically populate it for you. So this time just leave it blank. If you're wondering, okay, well, what is the correct item types or the correct scopes to type in here? When the data was exported, a second worksheet was created that you can then use to reference those properties. And if you're savvy with Excel, you can actually set up filters to automatically have drop downs there for you as well. We're not doing that automatically yet. For right now, we're just exporting it for you to see. So here's all the different types that you can use that game has set up, and you can use those to copy them in here. So if you want to make that a magical attack, I'll just make that one, and I'll make it do actual damage instead of recover. And that's good. So I'll leave that all alone. I'll save this again. Now I'll come back into my tool. Actually, I've noticed that there's some bugs with the system if you try to do too many import exports without reopening it. So I'm just going to go ahead and reopen it up from scratch to kind of prevent that. It's something that's on the list of things to do. So I'll reopen the project, and I'll go to Tools, Import Items now, and I'll select that Excel spreadsheet. It's completed, and you can always test it too, and you'll see in this tree view that it's imported successfully. So there's the new item. And again, the bottom of the screen, it says it requires a game save, so all you need to do is do a file, save game. Yes, I understand I can lose everything, and hit update game files. Okay, done. So now if I close this and I go into the actual game, I should see my new item in there. And that's basically, you could do that for items, and there's the new item. So right now what we have working is items, weapons, and armor. We'll finish off the rest of these with the import-export in the next release, probably in a week or two. We just want to get something out there for you to play with, to kind of see how it works. Let us know if there's changes to how it functions, what you'd like to see as far as, process or, what steps you need to take. And yeah, just give us some feedback. Let us know what we could do to help make it easier for you guys. That's about it. So I'm Darkbit, and I will see you next time. Thanks.